Lights Office, this is Robin speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, yes. I think I might have spoken with you before. I left a voicemail for the OIM, and I just want to go ahead and leave a voicemail for the chief of police, if that's okay.
Well, unfortunately, if this is something involving a current issue that you're having, Chief White can't get involved in it. So I'm happy to get you connected with IAB if you'd like to leave a message there. But
Um,
I wouldn't be able to get you in touch with the chief.
let's put it this way. I feel as though the chief of police needs to know about this because enough people below him have ratified these laws to be in place the way they are. If I can't get to him, then you guys are all on the same complaint because now you're keeping me from getting to the people I need to get to.
No, sir, that's incorrect. I'm happy to get you to Internal Affairs, which is the folks you need to get to in
Okay,
CPD.
so here's a
I'm
question
happy
for
to
you.
get you to the Office of the Independent Monitor, but sir, I'm not going to connect you with the chief.
Okay, so the Chief White, how is he going to know that I tried to contact him? You're not going to tell him that I did, right? How's he going to know that someone's out there trying to contact him and not able to?
Well, again, I'm happy to transfer you to an internal affairs person, and they can answer all your questions for you. Or I'm happy again to transfer you back to the OIM. Either way, I'm happy to do that for you, sir.
Okay,
But there are
so
certain policies and procedures in place. So, would you like me to get you to IAP or to the OIM?
so I am not allowed to request to talk to the Chief of Police.
If there's an impending investigation, I'm sorry, he can't get.
Aha! There is no
Would you
pending
like-
investigation. That's the thing.
That's what you
Everything
told
is
me.
closed. They won't touch it. That's the whole
Okay,
point.
Okay, so do you want me to get you into internal affairs, sir?
That's the whole point. They already closed it. I need to talk to the chief now. There is no pending investigations. There's literally nothing, and that's why I'm going to the chief.
We're done with the call now, okay? So either you can speak with me at a normal level, or I'm going to disconnect you, okay? Do you hear what I'm saying?
I would like to speak with the chief of police, and if he doesn't know this, that I'm attempting to contact him, I will continue to let him know that someone is trying to stop me from contacting him.
Okay, then you'd want to go to the Office of the Independent Monitor for that then, sir. So would you like me to transfer you back over there?
Wow, you didn't get me. You literally just didn't get me there.
I understand what you're saying, sir. So I can either get you transferred to the Office of the Independent Monitor or to an Internal Affairs person, but those are the two options that are available to you at the moment. So
Can you
let
please
know
show
how
me
I can
the
help you.
Can you show me the policy or help me refer to the policy as of why I cannot contact the chief of police?
So I'll get you to Internal Affairs. One moment.
Is there no policy? Oh, you won't even tell me the policy, huh?
Internal Affairs, this is Sergeant Ferris. Can I help you?
Hi, yes. The name's William Montgomery.
Okay.
I've been talking with you guys for a while now. I literally just tried to just leave a voicemail for the chief of police, and I was told that I do not have access or rights to that. If the police has or if there's pending investigations or something like that, open cases, but there's not, and that's why I need to contact him. Is because nobody below him will touch this, and I need to contact him now.
Okay, but we're currently working on an investigation related to your complaint, correct?
Actually, no. That's what I was just told by Frazier, is that there is no investigation. You guys claim you don't need my report. You somehow think that you know what I'm reporting already. That is not, that evidently it's not meritable. And what I'm trying to say is that you guys are closing my investigations before getting to the information. And I'm being offered a mediation now, but the mediation has nothing to do with my original report. I'm still trying to get out.
Okay, so you do not want to mediate your complaint? Is that what you're telling me?
I was told that mediation was the only route left because my original call was already accepted as not being takeable. That I have a very big issue with, and I do not believe that's something that a mediation can take or needs to be involved with. Let me put it this way. I spoke with Rick Richardson, and maybe...
Rick Bridges, you're getting your names mixed up.
Okay.
Kevin Frazier and his lieutenant, which is Rick Bridges.
Yeah, oh, Britches. Yeah. So, okay,
Right.
so, getting ahead of myself here, let me clarify. I spoke with Rick, and after... in detail, I explained to him the failure report of Frazier on top of the failure report of the original police officers that night. He told me that he would have somebody give me a call back from District 3 after getting statements from everybody. And I've since talked again with Frazier. He left me a voicemail. So I asked Frazier if the investigation of Rick is still going or if it just got passed back down to him. And he said it was. And so I'm actually technically trying to go back to, I guess, the last step of necessity, which is Rick said that statements would have to be now collected from all the police officers that night and from me so that we can get an idea for what was not reported.
Okay, but did you already talk with Sergeant Frazier about this?
I did, and he is actually in the exact same boat as them. He doesn't know the definition of certain laws and is taking what they're saying with a grain of salt, and what I told them is not the same as what they're saying to him. So he's in the same boat. He thinks that he has a already concluded investigation that he doesn't need to take, much like the officers that night felt. But that's the point.
I'll kind of explain this, and I know Lieutenant Bridges went in depth talking with this, but mediation is just one component of the complaint. If you don't
kind of guide, and the mediation, correct me if I'm wrong, is if it's not requested or not handled or not had, then it goes back to a regular internal affairs investigation?
Correct.
Okay. If it's not requested or not handled or not had, then it goes back to a regular internal affairs investigation?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And like I'm telling you,
I'm so sorry for being mad here.
You have to do. That's just one option of the complaints.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm asking you. You do not want to mediate this any further.
Well, actually, here's a good question. If I were to mediate, is that something that I say sacrifice or compromise give up my rights to have the rest of the investigation go down regularly?
We pretty much end those after the mediation.
Oh, yes.
Down in a professional mediator's office, you're allowed to discuss with the officers your point of view, exactly how this made you feel, and maybe how you felt they erred. Okay? And then the officers in turn get a chance to explain to you that maybe, hey, you know what, I didn't think of that. Maybe I did err. And we've got positive feedback both from not just the officers but the citizens that attend these. And this is something that the police monitor's office brought in, and it's something that with some of the complaints, again, we're not going to mediate an allegation of some serious excessive use of force or some criminal allegation. You know what I mean? But some of the other allegations, as long as the citizen that's making the complaint and the police officers, because they have to agree to do it too. A police officer can have the right to say, no, I don't want to mediate this, just as you do. But it's something that we've gotten really positive feedback from all involved. More often than not, when they sit down, because it's done by a professional mediator, that really gets to the bottom root cause of the issues.
Okay, so I can already tell you right there, I think what you mentioned is going to disqualify me here, is the audio that I had captured that night of both the original encounter of the impersonation and false imprisonment, and I was still recording when the police showed up that night. How would I put this? The police officers, because they didn't know the definitions of certain words, but were basically willing to try and shut me up as though they knew better than me, I absolutely, 100%, I don't want to say this, but I feel as though there are criminal charges of conspiring or racketeering or perjury or falsely reporting to authorities, so forth and so on. They did not take my complaint in good faith, and I have very substantiated evidence as to actual attempting to tamper me, basically telling me that why am I barking up this tree, so forth and so on. And at this point, that's conspiring to basically let these security guards get away with false imprisonment. And the audio is there, and that's what I'm trying to... I'm basically trying to report charges on both sides. Security guards and police.
All I need at this point is you're basically telling me that you no longer want to go forward with the mediation process. That's correct?
Correct. We can establish that.
So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and begin the investigation then, the additional investigation, rather than do the mediation, which...
Okay.
We'll go away with that. Okay?
Yeah, and
I'll note that in the case. I'm not sure if this is still assigned to Sergeant Frazier or not. I'll check it, but I'll just put a note in there in the tasks that you no longer want to do the mediation and you prefer that this matter be fully investigated.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Fully investigated. This is one that needs to be fully investigated. truthfully, I'm trying to get the police officers that night to just simply put down on paper what they think I said, because I can guarantee you it's not the same as what I actually said. Or if it is the same as what I actually said, that proves that they don't know actual policies or laws. They think that private security guards can detain short of citizens' arrests, and that to me is a really fundamental problem. That, man, if you guys can help me investigate this, I would be thoroughly appreciative.
I will make a note in the case that you want this, rather in lieu of mediation, to be further investigated by Internal Affairs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I thought at first, talking to Fraser here, that well, based upon his conversations with me, he literally said that there is nothing that they will do to take the original complaint that night. And that's what I'm trying to say is, without having my audio or my witness statement, it seems pretty brazen for people to claim that they think that there's no situation there. Let me just sum it up really quickly. It's very easy. The police officers that night, throughout my conversations, kept fishing for words for them to basically let me know that it was only a consensual encounter, that security guards are allowed to stop people anytime they want on private property and so forth and so on. But what I was trying to explain to them was that it was a level 2 detainment. I had asked all the right questions to get to that point. I asked if he was a cop. I asked if he was detaining me, so forth and so on. And he ran my name and cleared it as if it was a cop. And then only later does, we call the police in. But it seemed like it was the type of policy that, and just to clarify very easily, they kept saying that we don't have any rights on private property, to not be searched or show our IDs or anything like that. And while that may be true for classrooms or things like that.
Police officers.
Sorry, what was it?
That was the security that told you that, or the police officers?
Both.
Okay. All right. Well.
So yeah.
So
real quick, I just wanted.
I'm going to make that note in the case, okay, and it'll be further investigated.
Yeah. Thank you. If you could put in this note, or just this one concept. This is what we're really trying to get at. It's very basic. We've been told, and correct me if I'm wrong yourself, please, because this is consistent so far with even the police officers that night. Everybody admits this, but they don't want to apply this to the case. But we're under the understanding that a King Soopers security guard that doesn't actually witness you shoplifting, that simply asks for a receipt and then you don't show it, does not give them enough justification to all of a sudden detain you temporarily until they figure out what to do. They basically have to put their money where their mouth is. If they want to go ahead and get you just for not showing a receipt, that's probably going to be a false imprisonment. But basically, security guards of private entity properties that are open to the public, where you're allowed to go into Walmart or King Soopers without permission, those people do not have the powers to detain short of a citizen's arrest. Actually detain with either cuffs or not, but making people feel as though they're not free to leave and so forth. Security guards have never had that power, and it seems like the only place that gets confusing here is because campus officers, there happen to be a lot of sworn officers like CSU and Metro that are police, that this officer thought he was sworn in. He actually said he was a non-sworn police officer. I kid you not. So,
okay.
Please write down that security guards in King Soopers don't have the power to detain short of a citizen's arrest, and that is the exact same thing that happened here. It was a library open to the public. We weren't ever suspected of trespassing or anything other than a bin for purposes of an investigation for theft.
Understand what you're telling me? I'll note that in the tasks of the report, and then I'll find out who's investigating it and relay it to them as well. Okay, sir?
Please, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate this.
Montgomery, you have a good evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.